Have you ever woken up, looked in the mirror and thought, when did I start looking this tired? Maybe it's the fine lines around your eyes. Maybe it's the stiffness in your joints. Or maybe it's just that feeling of fatigue that seems to hang around no matter how much rest you get. Getting older is something we can't stop. But here's the good news. How we age is something we can influence more than we realize. Think about it. Our bodies are like gardens. The seeds we plant and the way we nourish them determine how vibrant and full of life that garden looks over time. Food is one of the most powerful tools we have for shaping that garden inside of us. And when we choose wisely, certain foods don't just keep us alive. They help us thrive, stay energetic, and feel younger than our years. That's what we're diving into today. We're talking about 5 incredible foods that can slow down the effects of aging, protect your body, and give you that spark of energy you thought you'd lost. And the best part? These aren't exotic ingredients you need to hunt down in some faraway health store. They're simple, delicious, and easy to add to your everyday meals. Let's start with something that's small but mighty. Berries. Whether it's blueberries, strawberries, or raspberries, these little bursts of flavor are packed with antioxidants. Now, I know antioxidants sounds like one of those fancy words doctors throw around, but here's what it really means. Every day, your body faces stress, not just the emotional kind, but physical stress at the cellular level. Think of it like tiny sparks of rust forming inside your body. That's what aging is, a slow buildup of wear and tear. Antioxidants are like a gentle scrub brush, sweeping away those sparks before they cause damage. So, when you snack on a handful of blueberries, you're not just treating yourself to something sweet. You're actually protecting your memory, keeping your skin more radiant, and giving your heart a boost. Some studies even show that people who regularly eat berries have sharper minds as they age. Imagine sitting down with your grandchildren years from now and being able to fully enjoy their stories and laughter because your memory is still sharp. That's the gift a simple bowl of berries can give you. Now let's move from sweet to savory with one of the most powerful foods you can add to your diet, leafy greens. I'm talking about spinach, kale, and even good old-fashioned lettuce. You know how cars need oil to keep all the moving parts running smoothly? That's what greens do for your body. They're loaded with vitamins like K and C, along with minerals like calcium and magnesium, which strengthen your bones, protect your eyes, and support circulation. But here's something that might surprise you. Eating greens regularly can actually slow the aging of your brain. In fact, some research shows that people who eat just 1 serving of leafy greens a day have brains that function as if they were 11 years younger than people who skip them. 11 years! That's not a small difference. That's the kind of change that could mean the difference between living independently well into your 80s or relying on others much sooner. And it's as simple as tossing a handful of spinach into your morning omelette or blending some kale into a smoothie. Of course, it's not always easy to change our eating habits, especially if we've been cooking the same way for decades. But what if you started small? Maybe swap one side dish of fries for a side salad a few times a week. Or instead of reaching for white bread, try a wrap stuffed with spinach and tomatoes. Little changes like these don't feel overwhelming, but they add up to something powerful over time. And since we're on the subject of powerful, there's another food I don't want you to overlook. Nuts, almonds, walnuts, cashews, whatever you like. They're tiny but packed with healthy fats, fiber, and protein. I like to think of nuts as nature's little heart protectors. You know how bad cholesterol can slowly clog your arteries like grease in a kitchen sink? The good fats in nuts actually help clean that out, keeping blood flowing smoothly and reducing your risk of heart problems. But beyond the science, think about how practical they are. You don't need to cook or prepare anything fancy. Just keep a small bag of almonds in your purse, in your car, or by your favorite chair, and you've got a snack that satisfies cravings and supports your health. And if you're worried about calories, you don't need a lot. Just a small handful a day can make a real difference. What's wonderful about these foods, berries, greens, and nuts, is that they work together. Berries protect your cells from damage, greens nourish your brain and bones, and nuts strengthen your heart. It's like giving your body a team of superheroes, each with their own special role, all fighting for you to stay vibrant, active, and youthful. And here's the thing I want you to really remember. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Nobody expects you to eat a perfect diet every single day. If you slip up and have a slice of cake or some fried chicken, don't beat yourself up. What matters is the overall pattern of your choices. Every berry you eat, every salad you enjoy, every handful of nuts you reach for, it all counts. It's all an investment in your future self, the one who still has the energy to travel, laugh, dance, and love deeply. So, as we keep exploring these foods, I want you to picture your future. Picture yourself walking with confidence, remembering details clearly, and feeling proud that the choices you made today are keeping you strong tomorrow. Because there's still more to uncover, and some of the most powerful anti-aging foods are probably sitting right in your kitchen without you realizing it. Now that we've talked about the benefits of berries, leafy greens, and nuts, let's move to something that might surprise you. It's not exotic, it's not expensive, and you probably already use it in your cooking without even thinking twice. Olive oil. Olive oil, especially extra virgin olive oil, is like liquid gold for your body. It's one of those foods that people in the Mediterranean have been using for centuries, and if you've ever wondered why people in places like Italy and Greece often live longer and stay healthier, olive oil is one of their secrets. The beauty of it lies in the healthy fats it provides. Unlike the heavy fats found in butter or fried foods, the fats in olive oil are gentle on your body and actually protect your heart. Think of your blood vessels like little highways. Over time, if you eat too much processed food or unhealthy fats, those highways get cracks, potholes, and blockages. That's when blood pressure rises and heart problems begin. Olive oil acts like a protective sealant, smoothing out the walls of your arteries and keeping them flexible. And when your arteries stay flexible, your heart doesn't have to work as hard to pump blood through your body. That means more energy for you, less strain on your system, and a lower risk of heart attacks or strokes. And here's a bonus. Olive oil is also rich in antioxidants, the same kind of powerful compounds we talked about with berries. That means it not only protects your heart, but also your skin and brain. Imagine using something as simple as a drizzle of olive oil on your salad or sautéing your vegetables in it instead of butter. And in return, you're nourishing your body in ways you can actually feel years down the road. The best part? You don't need a lot. A tablespoon or two a day is enough to make a difference. Pour it over roasted vegetables, mix it into soups, or even use it as a dip for whole grain bread. It's such an easy switch, but it pays off in such a powerful way. Now let's talk about something sweet again, but in a different way. This one has been enjoyed for generations and is often called the food of the gods, dark chocolate. Yes, you heard me right. Chocolate can actually be good for you as long as you choose the right kind. I know what you might be thinking. Really? Chocolate? But here's the truth. Dark chocolate, the kind with at least 70% cocoa, is packed with antioxidants called flavonoids. These flavonoids work like little bodyguards, protecting your cells from damage, improving circulation, and even supporting brain function. Some studies suggest that people who enjoy small amounts of dark chocolate regularly have a lower risk of heart disease and better memory as they age. Of course, the key here is moderation. We're not talking about eating a giant candy bar every day. Too much sugar can undo the benefits. But a small square or two of good quality dark chocolate can actually become part of your anti-aging toolkit. And let's be honest, what's better than knowing that treating yourself to a little chocolate can actually support your health? Imagine this, After dinner, instead of reaching for a heavy dessert that leaves you feeling sluggish, you sit down with a cup of tea and a piece of dark chocolate. Not only do you satisfy your sweet tooth, but you also give your body antioxidants that protect your heart, brain, and skin. It's a small pleasure with big rewards. What's interesting is that foods like olive oil and dark chocolate show us that anti-aging isn't about depriving ourselves or following strict diets that make us miserable. It's about making smart swaps, choosing quality over quantity, and finding joy in the little things. When we do that, eating becomes a celebration of life, not a set of rules to follow. Think about it. Adding olive oil to your meals instead of heavy fats, savoring a piece of dark chocolate instead of processed sweets, sprinkling berries on your oatmeal, or tossing nuts into a salad. None of these changes feel like punishment. They're small acts of kindness you give your body, and over time, they create a version of you that feels stronger, more vibrant, and yes, younger. And here's the most inspiring part. It's never too late to begin. I've spoken with people in their late 70s and even 80s who started making these simple shifts and felt their energy return in ways they hadn't expected. Imagine looking forward to waking up in the morning because you know your body is working with you, not against you. That's the power of these foods. So as we bring these pieces together, berries to protect your cells, greens to sharpen your mind, nuts to strengthen your heart, olive oil to keep your arteries healthy, and dark chocolate to add joy while fighting aging, you can see how each one plays a role. They're not just foods, they're tools, they're allies, they're little secrets that nature has given us to keep us thriving long after 60. And there's one more food that ties this all together. It's humble, it's versatile, and chances are you've been eating it your whole life. But when you look at it through the lens of longevity and anti-aging, you'll see it in a whole new way. The final food I want to share with you might already be sitting in your pantry or fridge. It's something so simple, so familiar, that we often overlook its incredible power. Beans. Lentils, chickpeas, black beans, kidney beans, whichever kind you prefer. They're all packed with protein, fiber, and nutrients that make them one of the most powerful anti-aging foods you can eat. Now let's pause for a moment. Why are beans so important? Because as we get older, one of the biggest challenges we face is maintaining our muscle strength and energy levels. Muscles don't just give us the ability to move. They protect our bones, support our balance, and keep us independent. And beans, with their plant-based protein, are like fuel for your muscles without the heaviness of red meat or the extra fats that can strain your heart. But it's not just about protein. The fiber in beans works like a gentle broom for your digestive system, keeping everything moving smoothly and helping to regulate blood sugar levels. That means fewer energy crashes during the day and a lower risk of developing problems like diabetes. And when your blood sugar stays steady, you feel clearer, lighter, and more in control of your health. Here's something else to think about. Beans are what I call budget-friendly longevity food. They're affordable, they last a long time in your cupboard, and you can cook them in countless ways. From a warm bowl of lentil soup on a chilly evening to a chickpea salad in the summer, beans fit seamlessly into any lifestyle. And every serving is another step toward protecting your heart, boosting your energy, and keeping your body strong as you age. What's fascinating is that when researchers study places around the world where people live the longest, the so-called blue zones, beans are a common thread. People in those regions don't just live into their 90s and 100s, they live with vitality. They walk, they laugh, they work in their gardens, and they spend time with family well into their later years. And one of the secrets they all share is eating beans regularly. Imagine that, something so simple, so humble, helping people live not just longer lives, but better ones. So now, let's step back for a moment and take a look at the bigger picture. We've talked about berries that fight cellular damage, leafy greens that sharpen your brain, nuts that strengthen your heart, olive oil that protects your arteries, dark chocolate that adds joy while defending your body, and beans that fuel your muscles and keep your energy steady. Together, these foods form a kind of circle of protection. They work with one another, each one filling in the gaps the other might miss. The most beautiful part of all this is that none of it is complicated. You don't need expensive supplements, fancy diets, or hard-to-find ingredients. Nature has already given you the tools you need to age gracefully, to stay strong, and to keep enjoying the life you've built. And here's what I want you to remember most. Aging doesn't have to be about decline. It can be about renewal. Every choice you make today, whether it's adding a handful of berries to your breakfast, tossing some spinach into your lunch, or swapping butter for olive oil at dinner, is like casting a vote for your future self. A self that can climb the stairs without feeling winded. A self that can sit on the floor and play with grandkids. A self that feels confident and alive no matter the number on the birthday cake. Now, I know it can feel overwhelming to make changes, especially if you've had the same eating habits for decades. But here's the truth. You don't have to change everything at once. Just start small. Pick one of these foods, add it to your meals this week, and see how you feel. Then slowly add another. Over time, those small steps turn into powerful habits that transform your health and your life. And as you do this, don't forget to savor the journey. Food isn't just fuel, it's joy, it's connection, it's memories. Share a salad with a friend, cook a pot of beans with your family, treat yourself to a square of dark chocolate while you watch the sunset. Every bite can be a celebration of the life you're living and the years still ahead of you. So as we close today's conversation, I want to leave you with this thought. Your age does not define your vitality. Your choices do. And with every choice you make, you're writing the story of your health, your independence, and your happiness. If you found this helpful, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Which of these foods do you already enjoy? And which one are you excited to try adding to your meals? And if you'd like more simple, encouraging tips to help you live healthier and stronger after 60, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Here's to living longer, living stronger, and savoring every single day, because the best years aren't behind you. They're right here, and they're still ahead.